The Trump administration has accused Imran Ahmed of trying to censor American viewpoints with which he doesn't agree. Ahmed is a lawful permanent U.S. resident. He's the CEO of the Center for Countering Digital Hate, a research organization dedicated to preventing online harm to children and the spread of anti-Semitism on social media. Secretary of State Marco Rubio stated on social media that Ahmed and four other Europeans named by the State Department were barred from traveling to the U.S. because Rubio claimed they, quote, have led organized efforts to coerce American platforms to censor, demonetize, and suppress American viewpoints they oppose. Now, later today, there will be a call with the judge to determine the next steps in the case. And Imran Ahmed joins us now. Thank you so much for being here. We just heard from Jacob Sobroff in that report how immigration and deportation has in many ways defined this year in the United States. Your case a little different than some of what we've seen in terms of masked ICE agents and the like, but no less upsetting and troubling to many. Talk to us, if you will, just about first why you think you and a couple of your others have been singled out.
Well, I mean, you know, I watch those images and I think to myself, that's not necessarily me. I mean, I've dedicated my life to trying to stop the spread of anti-Semitism online, trying to protect kids online. We do important research that's taken seriously by governments, like foreign governments, but domestic governments too. We work with states. When I first moved to America, I was given an alien of extraordinary ability, an O1 visa, by the Trump administration. I worked with the Trump administration on anti-Semitism. And then you find yourself in this extraordinary position where just before Christmas, and I'm married to an American citizen from Oklahoma, I have a child, an American child, being told that I'm being deported.
So talk to us about where this case stands. How confident are you and your legal team in prevailing? But also, talk to us about the legal matters, to be sure, but also just the personal toll this is taking on you and your family.
I mean, of course, there's a personal toll, and I regret any minute that I don't spend with my daughter and my wife. But this mission has pitted us against, and I think this cuts to the heart of this, why this is happening. It's pitted us against tech executives many times. When you try and hold accountable some of the wealthiest, and I think the most arrogant and indifferent people in this country, people who are not used to accountability and absolutely do not like it, you end up facing some tough times. So we were sued, for example, by Elon Musk a couple of years ago. And we received a ruling from a judge in California, a slap ruling, which actually dismissed the case with prejudice and awarded us costs. But this is not the first time that we've had to tangle with legal consequences for our speech, for our advocacy. And whereas the first instance, the courts found that we were protected by the First Amendment, I would hope that they would do the same here, because no one should be deported for being an advocate.
What has the administration told you about why they're doing this? I mean, you've presented some rationale that I'm trying to track, but what have they actually communicated to you?
So we've had nothing from the administration, I mean, apart from a press release and a few tweets by a junior official in the State Department, which, you know, essentially said, we don't like that you advocate for what you advocate. But no real explanation. There was a comment about the European Commission doing something to X, but I mean, after Brexit, as a British citizen, I'm not a member of the European Union, so I'm terribly confused by that. And I mean, the European Union did fine X recently $140 million, not to try and censor them, because it was actually over their transparency rules. And actually, the evidence used for why companies need to be transparent about their algorithms, which I think all Americans want, why they need to be transparent with how they enforce their rules, which all Americans want, is because of X suing CCDH for trying to research the platform. So actually, there's a linkage between our work, our research and our advocacy, and the actions taken by the European Commission. But that's nothing to do with me. I run a non-profit in Washington. I'm not a government.
Imran,
Patty
there's been
Kay
a
has-
politicization of the whole concept of free speech under this administration. And I know people who work in your world who say this is very dangerous, and you're seeing it in Europe and you're seeing it here at the moment. Do you think that's at heart what is happening to you and to your organization? And we've heard J.D. Vance speak about this, right? That European countries, he's accused them of suppressing free speech, when really what he means is that European countries are suppressing right-wing politicians. Are you getting caught up in that?
I think it's very likely that we are, but I mean, I find this whole debate incredibly confusing. I think Marco Rubio accused me of being a censor, and I keep thinking, well, individuals can't censor anyone. Small non-profits in Washington can't censor anyone. Only governments can censor people because they have the threat of overwhelming force. And then I wonder, what else is threatening to rip someone from their family for their speech but censorship? And so I do think that we're in a real muddle here in America. People shouldn't be cancelled for saying things that the government doesn't like, whether it's Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert, and I don't put myself in that vaunted company, or me.
All right. Well, this is certainly a case with wide-ranging implications. We will be following it. CEO of the Center for Countering Digital Hate, Imran Ahmed, thank you, and of course, good luck.